Step back in time and explore the captivating world of the American Old West through a collection of 31 remarkable photographs. From rugged cowboys and notorious outlaws to pioneering women and Native American leaders, these images offer a vivid glimpse into the rich and diverse history of a bygone era. Get ready to immerse yourself in the untamed spirit of the Old West as we unveil 31 captivating photographs that bring history to life like never before. Explore the faces of legends and ordinary folk alike, waiting to share their tales of grit, determination, and the enduring spirit of the American frontier. The Apache Scouts are often depicted in the context of 1886, yet the men who served as scouts for General Blackjack Pershing during the Pershing-Mexican expedition of 1916 signify the evolution of the frontier army and its scouting traditions into the modern U.S. Army and cavalry. This period marked a significant shift from the frontier era to a more contemporary military structure. Their crucial role came during the 1916 counteroffensive against Pancho Villa following his incursion into the small town of Columbus, New Mexico. This event highlighted the transition in military tactics and strategies, demonstrating how the U.S. Army adapted to new challenges and threats in the early 20th century. The use of scouts during this campaign exemplified the changing nature of warfare and the adaptation of military methods. These scouts, drawing on skills honed in the frontier era, applied their tracking and reconnaissance abilities to support a modern military operation, showcasing the continuity and evolution of Army traditions over time. I acquired this CDV, carte de visite, at the Las Vegas Antique Arms Show several years ago, and at the time there was uncertainty about the identity of the rugged mountain man in the photograph. Later research revealed that this individual is Galen Clark, a key figure involved in advocating for and securing federal protection for Yosemite National Park and the Mariposa Grove of giant sequoias. The photo, dating back to the 1860s, captures Clark standing beside one of the majestic sequoia trees he worked to preserve. In the image, he holds his reliable half-stock muzzle-loading rifle with his hunting essentials, such as his possibles bag and powder horn, slung over his shoulder. This CDV is part of the Phil Spangenberger collection. Galen Clark played a pivotal role in the early conservation movement in the United States, particularly in preserving California's natural wonders. His efforts, which included petitioning the U.S. Congress, resulted in the establishment of Yosemite as a protected area, laying the groundwork for the development of the national park system. The photograph provides a poignant glimpse into Clark's dedication to conservation and his connection to the pristine landscapes he fought to safeguard. Photographs depicting Westerners armed with muzzle-loading planes, rifles like the Hawken, Gemmer, Lehman, Dimmock, or similar front-loading firearms are relatively rare. This particular image, reportedly taken in Utah during the 1860s, provides a valuable glimpse into the appearance of frontier individuals from that era. It also highlights the substantial gear carried by these frontiersmen, including their heavily laden horses and saddle mounts. Contrary to the cinematic portrayals often seen in movies, where riders sport a modest rolled blanket and a pair of flat saddlebags, this photograph illustrates a more realistic and practical approach to frontier travel and equipment. The scene emphasizes the utilitarian nature of the gear used by these individuals, reflecting the challenges and demands of life on the frontier during the 19th century. Images like these serve as valuable historical documents, offering insights into the material culture and lifestyle of early Western settlers and explorers. They provide a nuanced perspective that differs from the romanticized depictions often seen in popular media, presenting a more authentic representation of the rugged realities faced by those who ventured into the American frontier. I have long admired this photograph of a late 19th century Canadian Blackfoot warrior as an exemplary representation of a Northern Plains Indian prepared for hunting or warfare. Adorned with a brass-studded 1873 Winchester carbine and a belt full of cartridges, He is also outfitted with a heavily decorated knife scabbard, riding quirt, necklace, bracelet, and a distinctive breastplate crafted from Northwest trade gun brass serpentine side plates. Even his pony's U.S. cavalry headstall has been customized with brass tacks, adding a personalized touch to his equipment. This image provides valuable insight into the material culture and aesthetic preferences of Plains Indians during this period. The combination of weaponry, accessories, and adornments worn by the Blackfoot warrior reflects both practical considerations for hunting and combat, as well as cultural significance and personal expression within his community. The incorporation of trade items, such as the Winchester carbine and brass decorations, underscores the impact of European contact and trade on indigenous communities in North America during the late 19th century. Additionally, the photograph highlights the close relationship between Plains Indians and their horses, as evidenced by the customization of the pony's tack. This attention to detail and individualized ornamentation not only speaks to the practical aspects of equestrianism, but also underscores the deep cultural significance of horses in Plains Indian societies, where they were vital for transportation, hunting, and warfare. Wild Bill Hickok, Texas Jack Omohundro, and Buffalo Bill Cody were captured in a memorable photograph during their theatrical tour spanning 1873-74. The image suggests a tense atmosphere among them as they sit together at a small table, portraying what some have referred to as the Holy Western Trinity. Despite their camaraderie in the photo, only one of them would survive into the 20th century. Of the trio, Buffalo Bill Cody was the sole survivor to witness the turn of the century. However, even he would eventually experience the fading of his memories amidst the harsh realities of World War I, particularly the brutal trench warfare in Europe. This poignant observation underscores the transient nature of fame and the profound impact of historical events on even the most iconic figures of the American West. This portrayal of Hickok, Omohundro, and Cody reflects the complex dynamics of friendship and competition that characterized the lives of these legendary figures. While they shared a common bond through their theatrical ventures and frontier experiences, their individual destinies diverged dramatically, shaped by the tumultuous changes of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This photograph of James Butler Wild Bill Hickok challenges the popular belief that he exclusively carried a pair of .36 caliber 1851 Navy Colts tucked into a sash. While Hickok was indeed associated with the 51 Navy model, historical records indicate that he often carried a variety of revolvers and was highly proficient with each of them. This particular image, reportedly taken in Springfield, Missouri around 1864, depicts Hickok wearing an eagle plate belt adorned with holsters containing 1860 Army Colt 44 revolvers, identifiable by their distinctive grip style. The photograph showcases Hickok's distinctive style, including his leggings, ornate shirt, and confident posture. It exemplifies the archetype of a gunfighter and is deserving of a place in the dictionary under that entry. This photograph offers valuable insights into Hickok's choice of weaponry and attire during the mid-19th century. The presence of the 1860 Army Colt 44 revolvers, along with the eagle plate belt and Hickok's overall appearance, provides a glimpse into the practical and aesthetic considerations of a renowned figure from the Old West. The elaborately decorated accordion owned by this musician showcases 16 trumpets on the key cover and 12 on the instrument's molding. Take note of the musician's watch chain, which features a bear claw as its fob. Although his identity remains unknown, he presents himself as a stylish and fashionable individual. This description provides a fascinating glimpse into the material culture and personal adornments of a musician from the past. The accordion's intricate design, with its abundance of trumpets, reflects a level of craftsmanship and artistry typical of musical instruments from that era. I discovered this intriguing photograph many years ago in Randsburg, California, and have always been curious about its backstory. Who are the individuals depicted, And what are they transporting that necessitated the presence of two armed guards, one of whom is carrying a model 1897 Winchester pump shotgun? Examining the rugged mountain road where they have paused to water their horses, likely near Sierra Nevada's Tioga Pass, which was named around 1878 after the nearby Tioga mine and served the mining district, prompts contemplation about the perils of road construction in such formidable terrain. This photograph raises compelling questions about transportation and security challenges in mountainous regions during the late 19th or early 20th century. The presence of armed guards suggests the perceived risks associated with travel, whether due to banditry, rugged terrain, or other hazards common to remote areas. While this elegant woman appears to be a refined Easterner dressed in a beautifully tailored riding outfit, the adobe wall in the background and her Western-style side saddle, braided horse tack, and cowgirl gauntlets unmistakably evoke the spirit of the Old West. It's highly probable that she is the daughter or wife of a prosperous cattleman. Standing beside her well-bred horse, she demonstrates her expertise and familiarity with equestrian skills. This depiction provides a captivating glimpse into the intersection of fashion and frontier life during the late 19th or early 20th century. The contrast between her sophisticated riding attire and the rustic Western elements in the setting underscores the blending of cultural influences in regions like the American West. The woman's association with the cattle industry suggests her role in ranching and the importance of horses in everyday activities, reflecting the integral relationship between women and horses in Western society. Pioneers faced challenging circumstances and limited resources while constructing their homes throughout the western frontier. This Mexican-American family erected their jacal using adobe, wood, cactus, and stone near the Colorado River. The description of this jacal construction reflects the ingenuity and adaptability of settlers in the American West. Adobe, a mixture of earth, water, and organic materials like straw, provided a durable and insulating building material suitable for the arid climate of the region. Additionally, the use of locally sourced materials such as wood, cactus, and stone demonstrates the resourcefulness of frontier families who had to rely on what was readily available in their environment for shelter and construction. The jacal style of housing was common among various cultural groups settling in the West, reflecting a convergence of architectural techniques and traditions from diverse backgrounds. The youthful and curly-haired Jack Stillwell served as the youngest member of Forsyth's Scouts and earned renown for his bravery during the Battle of Beecher Island. What young man from Kansas could grow up to befriend legendary figures like Buffalo Bill Cody, Wild Bill Hickok, Billy Dixon, Texas Jack Omohundro, and numerous other frontier scouts, plainsmen, lawmen, and soldiers? Unfortunately, Jack's brother Frank became an outlaw in Arizona, leading Jack to cross paths with notorious figures such as Ike Clanton, Pete Spence, John Bean, and the Cowboy clan while seeking justice alongside the Earp vendetta posse. Jack Stillwell's life took many turns. He served as Comanche Jack, a scout, deputy U.S. Marshal, judge, and United States Commissioner. However, despite his multifaceted career, his life was tragically cut short at a young age. Jack Stillwell's experiences reflect the dynamic and often perilous nature of frontier existence, where friendships, alliances, and conflicts intertwined against the backdrop of rapid change and societal transformation. His encounters with both legendary figures and notorious outlaws highlight the complex social dynamics and challenges faced by those navigating the frontier during this pivotal period in American history. Wyatt Earp reflects as he sits in his rocking chair, pondering the passage of time. He expresses longing for the company of his old friends Doc Holliday and Bat Masterson. In a moment of nostalgia, he calls out to Sadie, requesting another biscuit with strawberry jam. Despite his reminiscence, Wyatt muses that if given the chance, he wouldn't choose to relive his past experiences. The mention of Sadie and the simple request for a biscuit convey a sense of domestic tranquility amidst reflections on a storied past. Wyatt Earp's reflection on the past, coupled with a hint of resignation, underscores the complexities and personal reckonings faced by iconic figures of Western history in their twilight years. I'm captivated by every detail in this carte de visite photo. The beloved bird dog peacefully napping on the floor, the carefully positioned hat held in his left hand, and, of course, the impressive ZZ Top-style beard. Hall's obituary reveals that he was widely recognized as one of the most prominent farmers in Atchison County. Described as a devoted husband, a caring father, and a supportive neighbor, Hall's life epitomized the values of integrity and community. This description of the carte de visite photograph offers a glimpse into the life and character of Mr. Hall, highlighting his roles as a farmer and a pillar of his community. The inclusion of his favorite bird dog and distinctive beard adds a personal touch to the portrayal, emphasizing Hall's connection to nature and his unique sense of style. How many times was this rugged and battle-worn outlaw wounded before this photograph was captured? I hail from Missouri, so Jesse James holds a special place in my family history. One of my favorite Old West photographs is this worn ambrotype of a young Jesse, taken around age 15, before he joined the bushwhackers and long before he gained notoriety as an outlaw. The innocence of youth is unmistakable in this image, and it's poignant to think that the brutal Civil War, spurred by a reprehensible institution, would eventually shape and distort the youthful face seen here, desensitizing him to violence and morality. This ambrotype, a photograph on glass, is attributed to itinerant photographer Thomas B. Best, who advertised his ambrotype room to the people of Liberty and Clay County in the Liberty Tribune on November 28, 1862. Best returned to Liberty in March 1863 to continue his work, capturing images during a tumultuous period of American history marked by conflict and upheaval. For many years, I've been collecting vintage photographs of musicians, especially those who played string instruments like the banjo, fiddle, guitar, mandolin, and more. One of my favorite musician photographs with an Old West vibe is this 1890s cabinet card from Abilene, Texas. Although the musicians in the photo remain unidentified, the image is so captivating that I can almost imagine hearing classic old-time tunes like Soldier's Joy and Dan Tucker emanating from the card. And those striped trousers are quite a sight. Yee-haw! This description captures the enthusiasm and appreciation for historical photographs depicting musicians from the Old West era. Vintage photographs like this provide valuable glimpses into the cultural and artistic traditions that flourished amidst the challenges and adventures of frontier life. Cowboys enjoying a bath in a pond in Seward County, Kansas, captured by F.M. Steele. This photograph serves as evidence that cowboys did indeed remove their hats. Such images contribute to our understanding of the human experiences behind the iconic imagery of the Old West, revealing aspects of daily life and social norms that characterize this dynamic period in American history. Custer shared a meal with Libby on the Kansas prairie, accompanied by a dog resting nearby and a sentry standing guard. Adjacent to the tent, a croquet set leans against the structure. This scene humanizes the figures depicted, reminding us of their shared experiences and leisure activities amidst the challenges of frontier life. The description of General George Armstrong Custer and his wife Libby enjoying a meal together in a casual setting reflects the personal and domestic aspects of their lives. Despite Custer's military career and the iconic images associated with him, this scene portrays a more intimate moment that underscores their humanity and the ordinary routines they cherished amidst the backdrop of the American frontier. The presence of a croquet set hints at leisurely pastimes enjoyed by individuals in the midst of their everyday lives, providing a glimpse into the diverse range of activities and interests that shape the experiences of historical figures like the Custers on the prairie. For me, one of the most compelling Civil War photographs is of George Armstrong Custer standing in almost profile, arms crossed over his chest, with his distinctive long hair and mustache. It's hard to believe he was just around 22 years old at the time. The image conveys a sense of destiny and determination, as if the camera captures the moment when Custer's fate is sealed for greatness, destined for Valhalla, and indeed, he achieved legendary status. Custer's youthful appearance, juxtaposed with a sense of confidence and purpose in the photograph, symbolizes the spirit of ambition and adventure that characterized many young men during the Civil War era. Custer's subsequent rise to prominence and eventual place in American history further amplifies the significance of this iconic image, capturing a pivotal moment in the life of a legendary figure whose legacy remains deeply intertwined with the story of the American West. There are numerous photographs of Elizabeth Bacon Custer in mourning attire following the death of her beloved husband Armstrong at the Battle of Little Bighorn. However, an 1864 wartime photograph depicting a younger, newly married Libby veiled in black while her husband fights in the brutal campaigns of Virginia foreshadows a life of widowhood that she has yet to fully comprehend. The image of a young and veiled Libby symbolizes the uncertainty and sacrifice faced by many women on the home front during wartime as they awaited news of their husband's fate on the battlefield. The photograph serves as a visual reminder of the profound impact of war on families and individuals, underscoring the challenges and resilience of those left behind during one of the most tumultuous periods in American history. Billy the Kid standing in front of Beaver Smith's saloon. Is this truly the extent of what remains of a figure of enduring mythic significance? The seemingly ordinary hat, the blank expression, and the photographer's awkward stance. Is this really Billy the Kid? Yes, indeed it is. The photograph in question, despite its simplicity and seemingly unremarkable details, serves as a rare and tangible connection to the iconic figure of the Old West. Billy the Kid's legacy continues to captivate popular imagination, and this image invites contemplation on the gap between myth and reality in historical representations. Despite its unassuming appearance, the photograph offers a valuable glimpse into the elusive personality of Billy the Kid, prompting reflection on the complex interplay between history, myth, and visual documentation in shaping cultural perceptions of the American frontier era. Amidst the aftermath of the failed Coffeyville raid and the sight of the deceased Daltons, there is a striking image of a child peering through a hole in the fence towards the camera. Instead, it presents a poignant and powerful photograph depicting a somber scene of death observed by a young bystander. Rather than sensationalizing the image, it invites viewers to consider the broader context and human experiences depicted in historical documentation, highlighting the intersection of innocence and harsh realities in frontier communities. Such photographs serve as important visual records that deepen our understanding of the social and cultural dynamics of the time, prompting reflection on the enduring legacy of events like the Coffeyville raid and their impact on generations. The smile on Butch's face, seated at the far right, reveals much about his personality, a carefree and spirited individual, akin to a free-spirited bird. However, the fate that awaits them all ends in grim death. Not even their stylish suits could protect any of them. Historical photographs like these offer glimpses into the complex personalities and narratives of legendary figures, inviting contemplation on the human experiences behind the enduring myths of the American West. A seldom-seen photograph captures from left to right the Sundance Kid, Etta Place, and Butch Cassidy at their ranch in Argentina around 1903. During this period, they enjoyed a tranquil and peaceful life in South America until the Pinkerton detectives arrived in 1905, prompting the outlaws to relocate and evade capture. In 1878, Billy the Kid's friend Charlie Baudrer and his wife, Manuela, posed for a portrait in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Baudrer reportedly carried this photograph with him until his tragic death in December 1880, when he was gunned down by Pat Garrett and his posse. It is believed that the stains visible on the photograph are remnants of Boder's blood. Historical artifacts like these provide valuable insights into the personal stories and experiences of figures like Charlie Boder, enriching our understanding of the complexities and realities of life on the frontier. The iconic portrait of John Clum was captured by Dudley P. Flanders shortly after Clum's arrival at the San Carlos Reservation in August 1874. Clum's life journey parallels that of a modern-day Forrest Gump, embarking on various notable roles throughout his era. He began as an Apache agent at San Carlos, where he later achieved renown for peacefully apprehending Geronimo with his Apache police in 1877. Clum then transitioned to becoming the publisher of the Tombstone Epitaph and served as mayor of Tombstone in the early 1880s. After leaving Arizona, Clum ventured to Washington, D.C. before relocating to Alaska as a postal inspector and eventually assuming the role of postmaster. His later years saw him departing Alaska in 1909 to travel for the Southern Pacific Railroad, delivering lectures on the American West. This portrait of John Clum stands out as one of my favorites due to the significance of both the subject and the photographer behind the lens. Charles DeBrille Poston, also known as Colonel Poston, was revered as the father of Arizona during his tenure from 1895 to 1902. He was an explorer, miner, and served as Arizona Territory's first delegate to the United States Congress in 1863. This portrait, dating back to circa 1898, encapsulates the stark transformation in Poston's life, from a prosperous miner and influential politician to his later years marked by poverty and hardship. In his final years, Poston became a familiar sight in Phoenix, often seen with his heavily adorned mule. Recognizing his contributions, the Arizona legislature granted him a $25 monthly pension. This portrait offers a poignant reminder of the less recognized aspects of Western pioneers' lives, shedding light on the contrasting experiences they encountered over the course of their careers. While images of Western pioneers during their prime have become iconic symbols of frontier life, the portrayal of Charles DeBrille Poston in his later years underscores the challenges and realities faced by individuals who played instrumental roles in shaping the history of the American West. The transition from wealth and influence to poverty serves as a sobering reflection on the unpredictable nature of life in the frontier territories and the enduring legacies of those who left indelible marks on the region's development. This photograph represents the earliest known image of Geronimo, a figure famously described by C.L. Sonicson as the face that launched 100 articles, stories, and novels. Recent revelations have emerged suggesting that Cheto, one of Geronimo's adversaries, was photographed posing with the same rifle and scarf in the same location. This discovery raises intriguing questions about the authenticity of historical representations and the use of studio props in shaping our understanding of figures like Geronimo. This recent discovery has stirred excitement among historians, as some speculate that the woman depicted on the left in this photograph could potentially be the infamous Belle Starr. The facial resemblance is striking, and the style of the hat aligns with what Belle Starr was known to wear. What are your thoughts on this intriguing possibility? I admire the rifle-toting photograph of Pearl Hart in her bandit attire, which she famously wore during the stagecoach robbery to Globe in 1889. Her oversized boots and the need for suspenders to hold up her pants add to the rugged charm of the image. The slightly cocked, dirty white hat, revealing her determined expression, became iconic and captured the attention of the entire nation. In contrast, I also appreciate the softer portrayal of Pearl Hart that circulated in newspapers on the East Coast. In this image, she is seated demurely, holding a small handkerchief, adorned with a hat embellished with flowers, a patterned blouse, and an embroidered skirt. The juxtaposition of these photographs underscores the contrasting perceptions of Pearl Hart, depicted as both a daring bandit and a charming beauty with a hint of rebellion. Headlines such as "A Beauty But a Bandit" and petite and pretty, but full of nerve, capture the public fascination with her dual persona, encapsulating the complex narratives of women who challenged conventions during the frontier era. This photograph captures Calamity Jane in one of her finest moments, before her reputation became tarnished. She presents herself as a striking and attractive figure, showcasing her initial allure and charm. The image offers a glimpse into Calamity Jane's early days, highlighting her natural beauty and confident demeanor. In this early photograph, the enigmatic and one-eyed captivo, Mickey Free, presents a striking and intriguing figure. His unique appearance and compelling story suggests that there is potential for a captivating movie to be made about him. As we conclude our journey through these 31 captivating American Old West photos, we hope you've enjoyed this glimpse into a transformative period of history. Thank you for joining us on this visual expedition through the American Old West. Don't miss out on future adventures. Subscribe now and continue to explore the enduring legacy of this iconic chapter in American history. Let's keep the spirit of the frontier alive together.